The chamber fell silent after the second toll of the bell. Dust drifted from the ceiling, the chalkboard still glowing faintly in the darkness. 3 stick figures remained. 3 students. Mia clung to Daniel's arm, her sobs echoing through the chamber. Lina's lifeless body lay on the cold stone floor, her veins still black, her eyes glassy and empty. Daniel's voice was raw. "We have to get out. We have to get out." But Ethan didn't move. His eyes were fixed on the chalkboard, his face grim. "The school won't let us. Not until the ritual is finished." "The ritual?" Mia cried, her voice breaking. "What are you talking about?" Ethan turned toward them, his expression hollow. "This place doesn't just feed on fear, it feeds on the living. The storm outside, it's the trigger. Every time the bell tolls, the school chooses another to stay. Until none can leave." Daniel grabbed Ethan by the collar, rage boiling through his fear. "And you knew this?" Ethan didn't resist. He only whispered, "I came back to end it. But maybe ending it means not all of us walk away." Before Mia could respond, a figure stepped from the shadows. Chris. At least, what looked like Chris. His clothes were torn, his skin pale and stretched too tightly over his bones. His eyes glowed faintly green, and when he smiled, his teeth were jagged and sharp. Mia gasped. "Chris, oh my God, you're alive." Chris tilted his head, his grin widening. "Alive?" he echoed mockingly. "No, Mia. I'm better than alive." He stepped closer, the shadows clinging to him as though the darkness itself obeyed his movement. "They showed me the truth. They showed me what this school really is." And now, his voice cracked into a distorted growl. "It's my turn to choose." The chalkboard screeched. One of the 3 stick figures cracked down the middle. Daniel cried out in agony, collapsing to his knees, clutching his chest as blood poured from his nose. "No!" Mia screamed, trying to hold him. But Daniel's body stiffened, his eyes rolling back, and then, just like Lina, he was gone. The chalkboard glowed again. 2 left. Mia's sobs echoed through the chamber as Ethan dragged her away. Chris's laughter bounced off the stone walls, following them. They stumbled into another corridor, this one sloping upward. For the first time, they saw a faint glimpse of moonlight ahead. "Up there," Ethan urged. "It's the old bell tower. Maybe if we stop it from ringing again, maybe we can break the cycle." Mia clutched her notebook, her only weapon against panic. "And if we can't?" Ethan's eyes were hollow. "Then one of us won't be leaving." The stairs twisted upward, every step creaking as though the wood remembered centuries of screams. At the top, the massive iron bell hung from rotting beams, its surface etched with runes that glowed faintly in the moonlight. And standing beside it was Chris. Or what he had become. Chris's voice was no longer his own. It was dozens of voices, layered, children and adults, whispering in unison. "You can't stop it. The bell will toll. The chosen will stay. The children never left." Ethan stepped forward. "Then take me. End it with me. Let her go." Mia's eyes widened. "No. You can't." But Chris only laughed, his hollow sockets burning brighter. "One soul isn't enough. The bell demands more." The wind howled through the broken windows, rattling the beams. The bell trembled as if preparing to strike again. Mia felt something shift inside her. She wasn't strong, she wasn't brave, but she couldn't watch everyone die. She opened her notebook, flipping through the scribbles she'd made earlier, the notes she'd written about the orphanage, the asylum, the children. There, on the last page, words she didn't remember writing. "If the bell tolls, the chosen must stay. But if the bell is broken, the curse will break." Her hand shook as she whispered the words. Ethan looked at her, his expression hardening with sudden realization. "The bell. We have to destroy it." Chris let out an inhuman shriek, his body twisting and distorting, stretching taller, his limbs elongating as if the school itself was pouring through him. "You can't stop it," the voices screamed. "The children are mine." The bell began to swing. The air grew thick, vibrating with the force of its impending toll. Ethan ran forward, grabbing a rusted iron rod from the floor. "Mia. When it swings, aim for the joint. Break the beam." Mia's heart pounded as she scrambled, grabbing a loose chunk of stone. The bell swung back, glowing green. "Now!" Ethan shouted. Mia hurled the stone at the joint. It struck true, the rotting wood splintered, the chain snapping free. The bell let out one last deafening toll as it fell. The sound ripped through the air like thunder, shaking the entire tower. The floor cracked, walls splitting open. Chris screamed, his body tearing apart into shadows that scattered like smoke in the wind. The children's whispers rose into a piercing wail, then silence. The bell hit the ground below with a crash that echoed for miles. Mia blinked, coughing through the dust. The tower was collapsing around her. She stumbled toward Ethan, only to find him pinned beneath a beam, blood trickling from his lips. "Go," he rasped. "You broke it. The curse, it's over. Get out." "No." Mia sobbed, trying to lift the beam. "I'm not leaving you." Ethan's hand trembled as he pushed hers away. "Someone has to stay. The bell always takes one last soul." The floor beneath them split. The green glow returned, rising from the depths, grasping for Ethan's body. He gave Mia one last look, his expression calm. "Tell them what happened here. Don't let them forget." And then the shadow swallowed him whole. Mia screamed, stumbling upward through the collapsing tower. She burst through a broken doorway into the night. The storm was gone. The air was calm, the rain ceased. The school behind her was silent, its windows dark. She turned back only once. The building loomed like a corpse, broken and hollow. For a moment, she thought she saw children watching from the windows, dozens of pale faces, eyes black, staring at her. And then they vanished. Mia clutched her notebook, tears streaming down her face, and walked into the night alone. Weeks later, demolition crews arrived at Blackwood High. The official story was structural damage from the storm. But the night before the building was destroyed, a single sound echoed through the empty halls. The toll of a bell. And in the rubble, when the dust cleared, workers swore they saw it etched into a piece of broken stone. The children never left.